Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see whether the Apex class is currently executing in trigger context or in non-trigger context. Um, in order to reuse the same class and method, we can use it for trigger and as well as for non-trigger purposes. In order to achieve this, we may have to bypass some method or a process when it is executed from trigger or when it is executed in non-trigger context. So in order to do that, we can make use of trigger.isExecuting flag. So the trigger.isExecuting flag will be true when the Apex class is executed in trigger context. If the same Apex class is executed in non-trigger context, let's say it is called from a Visualforce page, then it will be in non-trigger context, then this trigger.isExecuting flag will be false. So in order to test it, I have created a simple Apex class called account controller. I have a method called check trigger context, and I am just putting a debug statement here to check whether it is in trigger context. This trigger.isExecuting flag will be true if it is in trigger context, or it will be false if it is executed in non-trigger context. Okay, and then I have a simple account trigger where I am just calling the same class and method. I'm not doing any other business process here. I'm just calling that class and method. So if I update an account, this class and this method will be called, and then it will just print this flag value for me. Okay, so first I'm going to test trigger context. So I'm going to update a account record. As per this trigger, after update, it should call that class and method, and then it should print the trigger.isExecuting flag, and it will should be true. Let's see that. So I have selected the code, and then I'm using execute highlighted. Is it in trigger context is set to true because I updated an account record. The trigger was called, and from the trigger that Apex class and the method was called, so it is true. Now I'm going to directly call the Apex class and the method. So now it is not in trigger context, it is in non-trigger context. Let's see the result. Okay, so now if I select debug only, is it in trigger context is set to false. The flag is false because it was in non-trigger context. So by simply using trigger.isExecuting flag, we can find out whether that particular Apex class or the transaction is running in trigger context or in non-trigger context. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.